and welcome to this Mr. Robot Season 3 Episode 1 review. Now before we get properly started, I'd like to say, I've been watching I've watched the first 2 seasons of Mr. Robot, and I felt that this season is really important for the show, because it felt like that the second season, I don't know, it just didn't feel that very good. I quite enjoyed the first season. The second season just felt like we were treading water a bit. So I think this episode has been a good start to the third season. Fingers crossed it keeps it up. So in terms of this episode, I quite enjoyed the realization that Elliot got there. He realized that his decision to try and take down Evil Corp, he thought that he was about to give him power back to the people, but the reality is the consequences of his actions has led to many people suffering, and just going past that memorial page and seeing several people like Gideon, his boss in the first season, who have died because of his action. So yeah, so that was quite an interesting part, and it sort of means that the character has at least taken responsibility for some of his actions that he's done. But still, he just, I don't know, something about the character actor. Most of these people in this show, I have difficulty warming to, really. Particularly, I don't know, that's probably the way the show wants you to think, but I don't know, I need the odd character here to actually like it, but it feels like because second season was pretty poor, I've kind of dropped out of knowledge of the show, really. But I'm hoping to like this new character. I think it's called Irving, played by Bobby Cannavale, who's sort of like eventually a lawyer or some sort of fixer for the Dark Army. So I think he might be an interesting character to watch, because you need a sort of like a little bit more, I don't know, a little light-hearted element into the show. Because at the moment it just feels a bit difficult to root for anyone. Obviously, they're all fighting against the big bad big bad corporation and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's all good and all, but I need some characters really to actually relate to at a certain point. But I don't know. I never really particularly liked Angela. I don't know what's about her. I just can't quite get the thing. I don't think you obviously can't trust her, but it just comes across as a bit dull, and I don't know, she seems to make poor decisions, especially I think it was the second season when she's went with the White Rose and she's not in the dark room with the fish, and it was like a weird test, and I just don't like the character, really. I like the alter ego of Elliot, Mr. Robot. I quite like him because he's sort of a dark figure, because I still wonder what does he want, really, because he's trying to bring down the corporation, but he's went to the alter ego of Elliot, and if Elliot is himself trying to stop her, but his subconscious is trying to revert it, But yeah, we didn't see, there was a few characters from the second season that we didn't actually see. So the FBI agent, the CEO of E Corp, we didn't see those. I'm assuming they'll still be in it, unless I've missed something in between the seasons that they've got rid of them, or they're stopping those characters or stopping those plots. Because I think if Elliot, as it's in this episode, it says that he's going into E Corp, he's probably going to, obviously you think, new starter, meet the CEO. How many times the place where you worked, you've met the big boss? I have never met the big boss for where I work outside of YouTube. So, it's kind of a silly little thing, but hey, it'll probably, for dramatic effect, that sort of thing will happen, because he knows Angela knows, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's all gone. Hopefully, as we get back to the show, all those info start building up. But so, I'd say overall that, it's a perfectly fine episode. Darlene just seems a bit, she's a bit traumatized from previous season, where essentially she was in charge and it all went to hell in the end, and obviously her lover betraying her, then getting killed off. So not good times for her. But yeah, so we're back next week for another episode. I'll be looking to see if I can get a guest on to try and run this like a 2-person podcast. But unless not, we'll keep it as a 1-person review and just see how we feel our season progresses. So we're back next week for another episode. Obviously, Lucifer will be on Wednesdays. Star Trek is still Tuesdays. And I think The Walking Dead is coming back shortly. Should be doing something with that. And obviously Vikings comes back in early November, so no, actually early to late November. No, it's November. It comes out in November, so that'll be one we'll be covering. Because I quite enjoy my historical shows. So that'll do for now. Oh, of course, there's movies as well. So there's 4 in a couple weeks' time. I'm mean, also to see the Foreigner with Jackie Chan as well next week. So might be going to see that and might do a little review on that. Hopefully a good action show from Jackie Chan, then I'll see you then in fall with Ragnarok. So thank you for listening. So if you enjoyed me rambling a little bit here, please subscribe and we'll see you guys next time.